Good evening, exiles. Happy Sunday. Hope you had a good weekend. Well, I didn't quite make it to the league start for Path of Exile, but you know what? I'm here now. That's really what matters, I guess. Missed a couple days of playing. That's how it goes when you got a family. But it's been a good weekend. It's been a lot of fun. Spent most of the day at the pool today, so I certainly cannot complain. That said, it's freaking hot as balls here. If you hear a lot of like distortion or something, or you know, it sounds like there's a fan on, that's because there is. It's like 102 degrees here. So I have the fan that is normally exhausting my computer from under my desk blowing directly on me, which also means blowing directly on my microphone. So if you guys can hear that and it's bothering you, let me know. It doesn't look like there's a whole lot of you know, noise from it like on my audio stuff, but if you can hear it, just holler at me. I think the noise gate should pretty well get rid of it, but if I'm wrong, please let me know. So yeah, I'm here. Hi, I'm Milkman L. I'm playing an Absolution Guardian, which is a rather abrupt about face from what I had originally planned to play, which was a Ethereal Knives Blade Blast Pathfinder, which I'm pretty sure I will still play, but I just got drawn by the appeal of the Guardian's new minions, which sound super amazing. And I've wanted to do an Absolution build for a long time anyway, so this seems like a perfect time to do it. I don't know how well this is going to league start, but we'll see. So let's get into it. I have a grand total of 0 medical content planned for tonight, so I am down to talk about whatever, whenever. This is going to be one of the bad things about streaming Baldur's Gate, which is what I've been doing previously, is that I really wanted to pay attention to the game, and I didn't know what the hell was going on. Path of Exile is much more mindless, and so I can, you know, kind of not super focus on this. But, yeah. Yeah, doing medical stuff during Baldur's Gate was not very easy, because I was trying to like pay attention to the game. It's very story driven, and I'm why? That's weird. I don't really even want to kill anything. I just sort of I wonder why I wasn't attacking it. It's strange. Anyway, yeah, like I get immersed in the story and just kind of like forget what I'm talking about, basically. So I either have to just like stop playing the game entirely or not talk about things that aren't the game. But yeah, hopefully if you guys are playing the League, you've enjoyed it. It looks like there is mostly positive reviews of the League mechanic. Maybe a little bit mixed, but overall pretty good, pretty positive. So I usually don't get involved with the League mechanic until, like, you know, I'm pretty well through the game, because generally that's the way to do it anyway. Like, there's not a whole lot of meaningful reward until you're a higher level. Alright, random shit, let's pick it up. Woo! Medium mana flask. Oh my god, I'm rich. Oh, I can't even use it. That's awesome. Okay. Every time I league start, I always think about the racers, and I'm like, you know, I wonder how far I can get. Like, maybe I'll get to like Act 3 or something in 3 hours. I plan on being on no longer than 3 hours. Because, unlike you savages, I have a job. I'm just kidding, I know you guys have jobs too. Most of you. But, the racers, like, in case you missed it, they like finish, Act 5, like they kill Katava in an hour. That is batshit crazy. So speaking of batshit crazy, I'm playing a character that I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. So I'm thinking I want to do this, but I don't know. I kind of want to go hybrid energy shield and life, but I don't know where to put my corrupted, or God, what is it? Corrupted soul. My timeless jewel that gives corrupted soul. Like, cause going here would be great, but these are all really good nodes for me. Like the extra life and mana regen is not crucial, but it would be helpful. So I don't know if maybe I put it up here. Oh, but there's not... Oh, they moved Zealot's Oath out of range of that. Interesting. Okay, well that's not an option then. But yeah, so this is a tree that I just like cobbled together. It is sloppy as fuck. So I don't know that I will actually be using this. Like, it seems like any node here is eliminating things that I really want. So I don't know, maybe this is my best bet. Because I'm kind of coming this way anyway. But this is like 30% increased damage for me. Minion damage and duration, that's probably pretty important since Absolution Sentinels don't last very long. And I don't think I have any other source of that. Do I want? Huh. Okay, well, anyway. I guess I'll probably go with this then. Boop. Yeah, because I don't know that I'll use that. I guess I can always respec, so whatever, I'm overthinking this. Okay, let's go. Tell the racers, man, they'd already be killing Mervale by now. Crazy bastards. Boop. Oh, you know what? I didn't get my gem. Oh well, I'll do that. I'll run to the waypoint and get it. I am looking forward to trying the League mechanic, though. It looks like a lot of fun. Oh my god, this is the slowest, clunkiest freaking skill. Jesus, it's so slow. It is so slow. Here. Strap that bad boy on. I actually made a Glacial Hammer character, and it was pretty good. I kind of ran... When did I do that? I ran out of time before, like, something interesting came out. Oh, I think it was the Last Epoch patch. Last Epoch had a huge patch, and I just kind of dropped it. I didn't really have time to finish the build. I think I only got to, like, level 70 or something. It was a raider. It was really... It worked pretty well, actually. Fun to play. Lots of, like, proliferating freezes and stuff like that. I'm sort of a sucker for things like that, where, like, you just sort of attack and, like, freeze or ignite the entire screen or something. I think that's very satisfying. Feels really good. Alright, back to town I go. But yeah, speaking of the heat, so we actually, like, since I have a fairly large house, we have two heating units, and the one on the upstairs is not quite keeping up, which is not great considering I think it's going to be this hot for a solid week or so. Let's see. Lightning tendrils, rolling magma, frostbolt, smite. I like the idea of purifying flame. Let's do that. Wait a second. That's not what I had in mind at all. Here, you go there. Oh, Glacial Hammer. Okay. So I guess I'm playing... Do I have anything with 2 blues? I sure doesn't. Okay, well, that's fine. Good enough. Off we go. So I haven't heard of any, like, huge issues with like, technical problems this patch, which is great. Because it seemed like they were having a bunch of problems with, like, GPU stuff with some of the, like, update patches they'd done immediately preceding the big patch. Oh, Purifying Flame, you were so much better than Glacial Hammer. Holy shit. So much better. Feel the chill? Ow. Man, they really want me to have a lot of mana this time. And I guess I'm okay with that, because I am burning through it. No, I forgot Hail Rake. Like, predicts where you're gonna go now. That was one of the many, rather ridiculous Act 1 difficulty increases that they did a while back. Oh my god, I'm so bad at this game. Yeah, it's odd to me that Act 1 is, like, the hardest act, basically. My mana is spent. Okay, well, I need a level so I can use those, Quicksilver flasks. Hot damn. Ooh, there we go. Hey, a Coral Amulet. That's not very useful to me. Cool. Wait, did he not drop a Town Portal Scroll? Oh, he did, yeah. I was like, that's a bugged shit. That's been a, you know, mandatory drop for him for years, as long as I can remember. Right. Oh, I have to go there. Got it. Hello. I'll take that. I won't use it, though. Let's see, Infuse Channeling, Spell Cascade. Do I need any of this for my actual build? I don't believe so, but I will take that. Let's see, do you have any stuff? Purchase items. With 2 linked blue sockets. Well, you do, but I can't use it. You bitch. Okay. Whatever. Off I go. Farewell. Just a lonely old Purifying Flame. Slap that in there, just so it at least gains levels. Now that can eat a dick. Destroy. Okay. I'm blazing. I'm basically Tai Killer. Here we go. Mud flats already. Only 10 minutes into the game. Ah, freaking Magic Roa is just like in my ass immediately. Tercel Roa of the Ice. Okay. Thank you. I do not want to go into the fetid pool. Thank you. Man, can't even imagine a 2-link. That'd be so nice right now. Oh, League start. It is kind of my favorite time, though. There's something very quaint and charming about having to get all the, like, basics together. Not charming to the point where I would enjoy playing something like Ruthless, though. Ruthless sounds absolutely freaking atrocious, in my opinion. You're just, like, mandating that you do exactly what I'm doing right now through the entire game. That sorta sucks. Ow. Oh, this is a lot of frickin' Roas. Holy shit, I'm gonna die. Oh my god. Save me, zombies! Save me! Hey, that's a good time for a level up. even though it doesn't matter. Because I still need a 2-link, or else I'm going to die. Level everything, shit. There we go. How did I not die there? Must be skill. Ah, 2 blues, but no link. What a cock tease. Oh, I didn't get my item filter. I better do that. I don't know that it's gonna matter though, because I'm not really gonna be doing any league content for a while. I'll figure that out later. Oh, there's our friend Uzbek. I don't really want to fight him. He is a waste of my time. Yay, glyphs. To get me into the deep, wet pit. Wow, have I gained 3 levels here? Hey, look at that. Alright. Y'all best be getting out of my inventory. Arcane Surge and Purifying Flame. Fabulous. Do I want Ellie Prolif though? I don't know that that really does anything for me. Duration of elemental ailments? No. Just costs more mana. So I do not care about that. Glacial Hammer can eat a fat dick. That goes away. Those aren't linked, so I don't care. Actually, wait a second. Yeah, those will be good for leveling stuff. One thing that I really liked about the Path of Exile 2, like preview thing, was the weapon swap ability, where your stuff is like hot swappable easily. That was really cool. That's a good idea. Cockroach Princess, what's up? If you get a physician mentor, what should they be doing to help you? Well, I mean, that sort of depends on what you need. I mean, they should be, you know, if you need research opportunities, they should be helping you get those. If you need, you know, I don't know, mental health, they should be directing you that way. If you need help on, like, your classes, they should be providing you resources there. I mean, that's a kind of an important thing to clarify. You know, if this isn't somebody that you know super well, you know, make your expectations and your needs clear up front, you know. Then I don't mean, like, you know, be a jerk about it. Like, if you can't do these things, I don't want to talk to you, because that's not going to go well. But, like, hey, you know, I'm looking for a mentor, and, you know, I could use some help with X. That's, you know, that makes it pretty clear, like, what's going on. And if you're misguided, you know, hopefully they will, you know, not let you hang by that rope, and will be like, hey, well, you know, I'm, you know, looking at your CV or the activities that you've done, I think it might be a good idea if you had this thing. So a good mentor will do that. And hopefully, you know, if this is like some sort of kind of like semi-official position, they will have the insight to know that that's what you're needing. But unfortunately, a lot of physicians don't. So, you know, get multiple opinions. Yeah, the insight in the physician community is not great sometimes. Oh, you know what? I should go back to town. Research mentor, but get help in other things like matching. Yeah, I mean, if you stick with that person, like, it never hurts to have connections, right? Like, we talk about that all the time. And presumably somebody who can get you involved in research has, you know, academic connections all over the place. Flame Wall. Oh, Summon Holy Relic. Yep, that's what I want. And Frostblink. Oh, what? What the fuck? What did I just do? Okay. I'll take Frostblink. I don't think I need LE Prolif. First day at new job. Oh shit, that was a good turnaround. What's up, man? How are you this evening? You excited? You worried? What are you thinking? Man, I'm stuck on last epoch controls. I'm really screwing this up. There we go. Yeah, that's cool, dude. I'm glad you're moving on up. Life regen, and what do I want here? I want that to be Frostblink. I want that to be... No. I want that to be Summon Holy Relic. It's never gonna proc, though, because I don't attack. Perfect. Lots of data and interesting problems. Smaller team. Okay. Yeah, that's nice. I hear from my corporate friends that one big problem with, you know, that sort of work is that it's easy to just be like a faceless cog in the machine. And, you know, nobody really gives a fuck what you do as long as it gets done. Like, if, you know, a project gets done, they're just like, okay, whatever, and move on to the next thing. But if it doesn't get done, then it's your ass, right? So there's like nothing but downside. But it's nice that you'll be, you know, able to make an impact and like feel good about what you're doing. Baby is good. Baby is good. She had a very rough day yesterday, unfortunately, where she essentially did not nap, and that means that mom and dad get no break. But today it was much better. She did really well today. But we wore her ass out, man. We went to the the pool, like pretty much all day. She was only there for like an hour-ish, or maybe an hour and a half. But it's like, it's a pretty high intensity sort of experience for a baby. She just sort of sits there and like looks around the whole time. Like, you know, she looks very serious, has this like, like looking around pensively kind of expression the whole time. But yeah, she has a good time. But it wipes her out, dude. Yeah, she's doing good though. She's alright. She is a shitload of work, man. I feel like in a lot of ways, babies, I mean, once you kind of get their sleep, you know, under control-ish, which is sort of where we are. Like, my wife's still getting up like twice a night, which sucks, but to feed her, that is. That's kind of a breastfed baby thing, because it just, you know, it goes through them so fast that they need to re-up. But, you know, once you kind of get that regulated and you're not just like dying at the altar of fatigue constantly, you know, it's sort of like, you know, doing your favorite thing all the time, but you can't ever take a break. Silver coin? What? That's freaking weird. Like Navali? But yeah, it's like she's super cute and wants to walk everywhere, but, you know, she's so short, like, you have to sort of, like, bend over and hold her up, and that sort of hurts. It's really bad for your back. And I am not getting any younger, man, in that regard. That's for sure. Oh, frozen. That sucks. But yeah, it's the fact that there's never a break that is very difficult sometimes. As fun as they are, it's just like you can't get away from them when you want to. So, like, when she didn't nap, like, that's, you literally have no break at all day long. Alright. So I got some increased energy shield for the energy shield that I do not have. Halls of the Dead. Oh, this is how you get into the, okay. Into the league mechanic. Oh, the stream's skipping around? Really? Looks like my bitrate's fine. Wonder if Twitch is, fucking up somehow. Seems like that happens from time to time. Yeah, my bitrate's where it usually is. Which, speaking of which, I'm not sure why my bitrate is not 6,000. That's what I have dialed in, and it's always like 3 to 4, but it's still stable there. You know, it's not. I'm watching it. It's not changing. What am I thinking with Absolution Guardian? So I will tell you. As soon as I stop getting corpses barfed at me. Oh my god. Please die. There you go. Okay, so in the Guardian rework, this node right here gives you, you see that? Yeah. So the Summon Elemental Relic, basically those are like little floaty dudes that give you either the Haste, Wrath, or Anger auras, and you eventually will get all three of them. So those are really good for Absolution, because you can do things like convert. So Absolution converts half of its physical damage to lightning already, so you finish that conversion, and then Wrath gives you more spell lightning damage. Hatred gives you like extra physical damage or extra cold damage. 29% of your phys damage as cold, and then 24% more cold, so then multiplies that by 1.2. So it multiplies the base damage of this as well. So basically those three sentinels really pump your damage a shitload. So, and it lets you run other auras. These are like really expensive auras. You have to reserve half your mana for them, or 50% mana reservation. So you can have lots of other things, like Determination, Haste, and Zealotry, for instance. And then there's also a gem, which is, I believe, not in Path of Building just yet, but it lets you link an aura to a minion. And if you have a minion, like the Holy Relic, it, like, this helps you regenerate a bunch of life. So the gem makes your minion degen, like they lose life constantly. So like the aura goes away pretty quickly, basically. So if you just put it on a normal minion, I think somebody tested it and it goes away in like 8 seconds or something like that. But if you have a whole bunch of life regeneration, as the Holy Relic does, then it does not go away. And so you just sort of have a free aura. Well, I mean, it's not free because you have to spend gem slots on it, but you have a very cheap aura. And that's awesome. So I'm going to kind of be an advanced aura bot using Absolution to kill shit. Or at least that's the idea. We'll see how it goes. And I've never played Absolution before, so I have really no clue what I'm doing. I had an old Mathel build that was Absolution with, I forgot what the armor is that, like, makes enemies lightning resist equal to yours. And so he had, like, negative 140 lightning resist. But I am not going to do that. Stream soon into the game, sorry. Boop. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, I always forget that. I forget the scene changes. It's a real pain in the ass. Nothing but quality in this stream, guys. It's professional production. Oh my god. Man, I could really use a potion of healing that is not the small one. Or some way to gain back life. Oh, fucking goatmen jumping on me. Yeah, so unfortunately that the Holy Relic's not gonna really be doing anything, because I think you have to attack to make it trigger. Let's see. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Which one is me? The one in the middle of the screen. It's hilarious that you can't tell, though. One of the problems with this game has always been sort of like visual pollution. There's just like a bunch of crazy shit going on, and this is the best it ever is. It just gets worse as your skills progress, and like the game gets faster and faster. Yeah, so like later in the game, you really can't tell what the fuck's going on. Lots of people get super upset about like shit they can't see killing them. Reddit for this game is not great. It's very toxic. I don't think it's like as toxic as some communities like League of Legends or like Call of Duty or something, but this is sort of a, you know, it's a game that's very much kind of out of range of the annoying 12-year-olds who think it's like cool to troll people. Unfortunately, it is not out of range of the 28-year-olds who think it's cool to troll people. So yeah, that happens. Okay, so the silver coins are very common. Roger that. I guess that makes sense, because you got to be able to actually access the content somehow. Oh, I want stuff. I think I'm just going to go straight up to minions. And just, like, balls to the wall, man. I think Absolution comes at level 12, so that's pretty quick. That's early on. The 12-year-olds or the 28-year-olds? Honestly, probably the 12-year-olds, because they just have sheer force of will and don't give a fuck. And there's no consequences whatsoever for anything that they do. So they have reckless abandon and ignorance on their side, which I think we've demonstrated in recent years are both very powerful forces. But yeah, it is, like, this game is ludicrously complex and has, like, such a giant barrier to entry that it does sort of weed out a lot of people who aren't, like, super interested in it or, you know, willing to figure it out. Which is, honestly, in my opinion, probably more bad than good. But, again, it does sort of eliminate, you know, the casual, like, you know, whiny sort of personality for the most part. I mean, me, I just don't have time for that shit anymore, man. Like, Diablo 4 went a direction that I didn't like, and I was like, okay, well, there's plenty of other games that I can play. I'm not gonna beat my head against this wall and be pissed off about it. Like, there's, you know, who cares? But I feel like there are a lot of, you know, keyboard warriors out there who are like, ah, Diablo 4, it's so bad. Like, yeah, man, I agree, but also play something else. Oh! Oh my god, those wheelie guys. Kicking my ass. My spirit is spent. Get some more spirit, dude. I don't want to fight this guy. Let's run by him. Last person product I pre-order. Yeah, I agree. Totally agree. So I was super happy with the campaign. Honestly, I had a great time in the Diablo 4's campaign. I thought that was all really, really well done. Totally worth the price of purchase. But the replayability and the in-game are just trash. Especially for a AAA product that already has like very well-established competitors like this, where basically the campaign is like the intro to the game. You know, you have like, I don't know, how long does it take people to get through the Path of Exile campaign? Like 10 hours? I don't know. Usually takes me probably 8-ish. Who thought they were buying a campaign when they bought it? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they definitely did not deliver. I'm not trying to like make excuses. Yeah, it's like overall a flop of a product by basically any measure, I think. Other than perhaps financially, I think they did very well financially. but like in terms of gameplay, not a success. I mean, there's always like hope that they kind of grow things, because Path of Exile was trash when it came out too. Like really horrible game. I played it in beta, and like, you know, I sunk my freaking life into Diablo 2 when I was younger, and so I was super hopeful that this would, you know, Path of Exile would fill that void once I'd kind of like played it out, and it did not at all. It was an awful, awful game in my opinion. And I stopped playing it. I left it for years. Using dark patterns with the seasons now? What are dark patterns? So I know everybody was very disappointed with the first season too. Like not just the patch, but like the season itself was like pretty feeble content. Like, you can't do that, man. That should basically be, you know, part of the game's release, right? Like, I understand that they kind of wanted to do a dry run. You know, that was like super beta, basically, that, you know, with the game's actual release. Before they, you know, really got into league content, or season content, whatever you want to call it. But, dude, you gotta come up with something a little better than that. Like, just delay the game. Seriously. Delay the freaking game. Oh, I was reading chat shit. If you click the button to buy the season pass in the UI, it bills you automatically with no refunds. Oh, that's fucking sketchy. Okay. That's not cool at all. Yeah, they're kind of leaning uncomfortably close to that pay-to-win sort of philosophy, right? If you bought the more expensive pre-order, you can't activate it easily. They hide it. Oh, what? Damn, that's dirty, dude. Yeah, I feel like Diablo 4, I'll probably... I'm not like totally giving up on it, because I would really like to play a sorcerer. That looks super cool. But you know, I'll probably give it a rest for shit. I'll give it a rest for, I don't know, probably like a year, honestly, unless they just come out with something that everybody rants and raves about. You know, like a real banger of a patch. But it's shelved. There's too many other good games, you know, to waste my time on that. Oh, Jesus, dude, I'm getting freaking rocked by those guys. What the hell are those? Coins you get from fully completing the season pass is enough to get a single item? What the fuck? Okay. Wow. That's pretty dirty. Like, at least have, you know, some, like, token cool effect or something that you can get if you have that pass, right? Like, just something. You know, it doesn't have to be much. Just, like, at least have an option for somebody to pick something cool up with that. Jesus, dude, I am fucking getting crushed. Okay. Don't you even get enough coins to keep buying the season pass? Oh, really? Wow. Regardless of how long you play, you have to keep buying it. Perfect. Perfect. That's very special of them. Damn. Well, I don't like the sound of that at all. Yeah, I definitely won't be buying any, like, you know, add-on sort of stuff from them. That's for sure. They already got my 70 bucks or whatever it was to pre-order the game. And again, you know, I consider that money well spent. I put, you know, probably 50 hours into the game or something. Probably, well, maybe more than that. But no more, sir. No more full Activision brain. Yeah, seriously. I mean, it's pretty clear that that's, you know, their target audience is definitely the, you know, they're aiming for a much more accessible game, which is fine. You know, I don't have a problem with that at all, because Path of Exile already has, you know, the complex niche just totally dominated. Like that's not a space that even Blizzard wants to compete in, right? Because that's impossible to keep up with. Like your product will fail even worse than the one that they released already did. Like, you know, they'll get the initial surge of people buying it, and then everybody's like, wow, this is just like a worse version of Path of Exile. Target audience shareholder value, that is exactly correct. Yes, indeed. Yes, it is. Yeah, especially with the Microsoft merger, right? Like, gotta pump those shares up, dude. Cash is king. But that's a very, like, short-sighted corporate way to view things. You know, with Activision releasing, like, basically the same game every single year in Call of Duty. Like, those games are exactly the same as they were 15 years ago when I first started playing them. Or however long ago it was, I don't even know. Fast energy shield recharge? Alright, I'm over that. I do not deal enough damage to handle that situation. Be surprised if the product people even have a say. Yeah, I would too, actually. Yeah, the developers probably don't have any, like... They just have a deadline to meet, and they're like, well, okay. You know, they're doing that drawing of the horse, one where it's like, you know, professional artists, it's like, you give me a month to draw this horse, this is what you get. You give me an hour, this is what you get. 10 minutes, this is what you get. In 10 seconds, this is what you get. It's just like a stick figure horse, you know? That'd be such a terrible position to be in. Especially since I would imagine that most people who, like, get tasked with working on Diablo are, like, fans. You know, like, they want to put out a good product. But, I mean, maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. But devs were all laughing about how terribly useless the resists are. I didn't watch it. I did, like, I heard that was, like, very, very poorly received, let's say. Like, one of the guys was, like, talking about his colonoscopy or something, like, repeatedly. I heard that was not the best PR move for them to do. Yeah, but it also seems very much like those guys are kind of like they're interested, but they just, like, don't give enough of a shit to, like, really put out a good product. Even if assuming they did have the time for it. Magic power ring, huh? I think I need life. So we'll go with life. Boop. What do you do? Hey, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. Fantastic. Yeah, the resist, like, I think Kriparian actually came out with a video about resists where he had, like, some piece of equipment that had a shitload of resistance on it, and it changed his damage taken by, like, 2%. Like, did absolutely nothing. Oh, did my relic die? Yep. There it is. Yeah, and I actually, like, I saw that video. I don't really watch much of Kriparian's content. I don't recall how that crossed my feed. But anyway, yeah, I watched that and I was like, okay, well, ignore resistances when I'm building my Necromancer. Got it. Roger that. Where are you at, Brutus? There he is. What's up, man? Oh, I have like no flasks. That's a bummer. Let me embrace you. I just want a hug. My name's Brutus. Oops. That is one drawback of... Oh, God. Windowed mode. Oh, shit. I want my health flask back. Yeah, the resistance thing is, like, that seems so weird. Like, why is that not taken care of? I mean, just do it the way that every other game does it, and have your resistances be a percentage of the damage, like, reduction. Be a percentage damage reduction. Why is it some sort of, like, weird-ass algorithmic, you know, diminishing returns thing? I mean, I'm not, like, totally against that. I think it's kind of an interesting idea, actually. Like, especially if you let the, like, the cap for the diminishing returns be really high, then that's, like, that's kind of cool. So if you have, like, you know, 400 cold resistance or something, you know, you resist, and you're, like, the limit is 90% or something, you know? But you need an extra, like, 50 resistance to go from 89 to 90. You know, that's cool. Yeah, all the development team must be really embarrassed to release it as it is. Yeah, probably so. And, like, I'm sure they, you know, they know how the internet works. Like, they saw this coming. They saw the backlash coming a mile away. Oh, I'm out of mana. Fuck. Alright, well, guess I'm gonna go back to town again. Or not. Yeah, they clearly, you know, they had to know how big of a deal it was. For sure. Brutus. I mean, that would be so frustrating. Like I was saying, especially if you're a fan of the franchise, and you're working on it, you're doing your best, and you just have, like, nothing, you know, nothing to do about the situation at all. You've got this, like, you know, your corporate overlords are making you hit this impossible deadline, and you're just fucked. You just know, you're rushing out an unfinished product. That would be very, very tough. Alright, there he goes. Ooh, rare things that I might be able to use. How about that? Yeah, make sure the microtransaction shop's working. Exactly. I would be very interested to see how much money people spend on that. Like, to me, that's... Like, the MTX shops are, like... I would never, ever touch that with a freaking somebody else's 10-foot pole. I don't get it, honestly. Like, I have stuff that's quality of life, you know, enhancing, like, the stash tabs and stuff, or so I can organize all my crap. Like, if you really want to get nitpicky, like, Path of Exile does have that aspect of pay to win in it, right? Like, because there's a couple stash tabs that are pretty much mandatory for playing, but, you know, the game itself is free. I'll let them, you know, nickel and dime me for $40 worth of stash tabs. That's fine, whatever. Yeah, and the team supports the game, right? The support is excellent. You know, the feedback is, you know, they, like, comment on forum posts all the time. The community managers are like, oh yeah, okay, we hear your feedback. We'll do something about this. You know, if it's a, you know, more than just a gripe, like it's actual game problem, they're like, yeah, okay, cool. Roger that. Which is great, you know, that's what they should do. And they produce quality content every, you know, 3 to 4 months routinely and have a great game. you know, good for them. But yeah, like, the MTX is just, like, so expensive, dude. And it's just, like, for, you know, to, like, a character appearance, I guess, you know, I can see justifying it for this game. You know, I put hundreds of hours into this game per year. So, I mean, that's not, like, the worst money that you could possibly spend, right? Good luck having that with Blizzard. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, they didn't look how they supported Diablo 2. Like, they didn't. They didn't at all. There were people, like, literally, like, real money trading on the Battle.net site, like, all the time. Like, duping items, people just would, like, overload servers and dupe items constantly. And they would organize it on the Battle.net site. Like, I wasn't part of it, but I knew somebody who was. And he was like, oh yeah, we just all met there and, like, openly talked about it. There was no punishment for anybody, no consequences whatsoever. They didn't support Brood War? Yeah, exactly. That was like, for a long time, Star Wars was the Korean national pastime. I don't know if that's, like, baseball is in the US. I don't know if that's still the case, but probably. Yeah, that's just so weird. I guess now that you mention it, that was kind of like really the beginning of the end for Blizzard. Because once they just sort of let those games go to pasture, like, why did that happen? They were masterpieces when they were released, and they just kind of, like, left them alone. I mean, if they had, like, continued to develop Diablo 2, especially after Lord of Destruction was released, I mean, damn. Like, it's already a legendary game. But if they'd actually, like, put work into the latter seasons, and, you know, maybe release some new content, change the game up every now and then, like, even every, like, 6 months, you know, it didn't have to be much. But, I mean, they just, like, let it die. I think in, how long did I play that? Probably 6 years, in pretty dedicated fashion. Like, you know, I think maybe what did they do? They released the Ubers, like the Annihilus Charm. I mean, there were, like, you know, 3 or 4 world events that they released, basically, over that time. That's nothing. They never reset the ladder, you know, there were, like, maybe 5 or 6 ladder resets. Very strange. Yay, level up. Ooh, there's a shrine. What's up, guys? I want your shrine. Give me your shrine. I am large now. And fast. Alright, here we go. Templar, giant neck, running around. I want the all flame. Where is it? Where is it? Probably be a good thing to have more than a 2 link also. There it is. Alright. Coming up this way. And then I guess I'm gonna just... Yeah, I'm just bull rushing it. Fuck it. I'm gonna come straight down here and do all this stuff. Yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Those are nodes I'm definitely gonna get. Yeah, I will be really interested to see how Blizzard behaves under Microsoft's, like, purview. I wonder if anything will change. My guess is no, especially not in the immediate future. Because there's probably, what, a couple years before all the executives kind of get rotated out at Blizzard, or Activision, whatever. But yeah, Blizzard is kind of like a, you know, sort of weird like appendage of Activision as it is. So I don't know how much like how much things will change there really, if any. Iron Ring. Oh, that doesn't do me good physical damage. In essence, I definitely will not be taking advantage of that. Yeah, it is very interesting to see how far Blizzard has fallen from grace. And I kind of, like, while I was playing Diablo 4, I sort of wondered, you know, like, my experience with Diablo 2 is, like, you know, there are a bunch of characters in there that are, like, totally iconic in, like, gaming in general, like Deckard Cain, you know, the Primevals and stuff. Mephisto especially, because I killed that bastard thousands and thousands of times. But I wonder, like, what the characters, like, will anybody take that experience away from Diablo 4? And I think the answer is probably no. I mean, Lilith is a pretty good villain. Like, let's be real. Like I said, the campaign was, in my opinion, pretty impressive. Lilith was a really good villain, but I don't know that she had that sort of, like, visceral, you know, intensity and, like, the familiarity. Like, Deckard Cain, you talk to Cain, like, literally every time you came to town, right? Stay a while and listen. Like, you heard that, like, 20 times per playthrough. The Andariel rework, that was really cool. That was really cool. But, I mean, Andariel didn't really play a huge part of the story, right? Like, there was kind of this part where you're like, oh shit, they're going to respawn Andariel. We have to stop that. But, like, in Diablo 2, she's like the whole the focus of the whole first act, you know? Goat hide boots. Scale this. Let's see. I don't want that. I want, yeah, that way. And I mean, maybe it's because I'm, you know, older, like literally 25 years older than when Diablo 2 came out. Like, in my impressionable youth, that stuff was a little more hard-hitting. Like, Diablo definitely has, or Diablo 4 has the sort of, like, intensity factor to it from the cutscenes. Man, some of those cutscenes are, like, almost tough to watch, right? They're, like, so brutal and gory. And just, like, evil, you know? Just dripping, like, sinister, dark energy. Like, super duper well done. Especially the intro one with the, like, townspeople, you know, like, murdering the priest during his sermon after Lilith comes in. That's like one of the best cutscenes I've ever seen in a game, in my opinion. But, like, super well done. Gets a really, like, visceral, emotional response. But the characters, like Lothar, maybe, you know, Lothar's, like, he's with you the whole game, and, you know, it's definitely a very like, flawed character. He's got a lot going on. Yeah, I delivered your child, exactly. And then she, like, freaking stabs him in the head with that, like, weird statue thing. Like, shit. Yeah, that shit's intense, man. Yeah, spoiler alert, blah, blah, blah. Whatever, you guys have all played Diablo 4. And if you haven't, then you're not going to. Yeah, I remember, like, very clearly remember all of the Diablo 2 towns, like, how I felt when I got to Kurast. You know, it's just this, like, jungly swamp shithole. You know, running through the town, I'm like, I freaking hate all of these flares. These little shits running up to me and stabbing me and stun locking me and killing me all the time. Like the Chaos Sanctuary, amazing, you know, area with some like super notable enemies. That's another thing. Like I don't feel like any of the run-of-the-mill monsters in Diablo really caught my attention. You know, and if they did, it's like for all the wrong reasons. It's just because they're like irritating. It's not because they're super powerful or, you know, unique. Like in Diablo 2, it was the Abyss Knights, or what were they called? Is that right? Abyss Knights? Whatever, the guys that cursed you and like cast Bone Spirit at you in the Chaos Sanctuary. Those things were a menace, dude. They were so powerful. And, like, they're unique to the game. You know, nothing else did that. But yeah, in D4, it's like, you know, maybe crank the numbers of a guy up so they hit a little bit harder. Okay. We're done. That's it. Not really a whole lot of, like, unique mechanics or... I don't know. Just... Again, I did... Oh my god, that was rough. Did enjoy the game, but... left a lot to be desired. Yeah, all the flares, the like fetishes in Kurast and Hell, yeah, that was like, they were for real. You know, especially you give them like some damage enchantments or something, they stun the crap out of you and you're just like dead. Yeah, I did my best to skip as much of that act as I possibly could. Like and it's not because I like found it super annoying. It was more like I feared it, honestly. It's like, this act is going to kick me right in the balls because I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. Guess I should ID this stuff. Wait, does that have movement speed? 26 dex. I don't have enough dexterity for boots. Why? Wait. Okay. Yeah, I'll keep that. Greater life flask, sure. %100% more recovery if used on low life. Sure. And like the council members, I thought that was super cool. I mean, I guess those were sort of a mid-boss, I guess you could say, but I mean, they were like all through the act, or the end of the act at least. Those guys were like pretty hardcore, you know, definitely to be feared. Had some insane enchantments and stuff. But yeah, again, I don't remember, like I didn't get that feel with D4. And then there's like, you know, just kind of crazy shit that, oh, wait a second. No wonder I'm not teleporting out of this. I don't have my movement skill on anymore. Well, that's a problem. Let's fix that, shall we? Summon Holy Relic. Oh, there we go. Am I gonna watch Ahsoka? Probably. There's, like, I haven't watched Andor or the 3rd season of The Mandalorian yet, though, so I probably will do those things first. I also haven't watched Boba Fett, either. Ahsoka looks okay. I don't remember, like, noticing that character much, you know, so I don't have a whole lot of, like, pre-interest in it. It sort of looks like an action vehicle, which is fine, but I don't know. How about you? How do you guys feel about that? I don't really have any strong desire to see it, but it's Star Wars, so I'll check it out. She was big in Clone Wars? Okay, so I actually never saw Clone Wars. Which would probably be why I don't have strong feelings for her. You think you're gonna watch it? Yeah, I mean, I guess I should go back and watch Clone Wars. Or, wait, you know, I probably have seen the Clone Wars before. I find it hard to believe that there's a Star Wars movie that I haven't seen. I don't remember seeing it. That was kind of, that whole series, like, those 3 movies were just not good. And I do not remember much about them. Oh my god, I need cold resist. Let's get some cold resist rings, shall we? I didn't play Knights of the Old Republic, actually. I regret that. I feel like I missed out on that. Oops. Brutus Ward. Give me... Clarity seems like a good choice. As does Vitality. Why don't we do that? Boop. A Revan series? Oh. Added lightning damage, added fire damage? Interesting. Where do I want to... I'm level 14? Jesus. Huh. We'll do added lightning. How about that? And then we have Absolution. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Beautiful. There's my skill. Okay, that goes back on. Oops. What am I doing here? Alright, now I want sapphire rings. 2 of them, in fact. Aw, you want an alt? You bitch. Greedy, greedy bitch. Okay. I see how it is. There's that. We'll put... What do we want to do here? Absolution and Arcane Surge. And then we'll just put that there. Cool. And I'll set that there. Boop. Yay, more life. Let's see how Absolution goes, shall we? Which one's Absolution? That one. And Frostblink. And Summon Holy Totem. Sweet. Or Holy Relic. Yeah, that thing. Ancient Sith Lords are so cool. They kind of are. I like the lore. The, like, ancient lore for Star Wars. It's pretty neat. There she is. There's that Absolution, dude. Ooh, this is kind of cool. Now, she hasn't turned into her angry form yet. Ow. You know, now that I think about it, I don't think I've played any of the Star Wars games, actually. Definitely should have done that. I feel like maybe I missed out on a big part of my formative experience, or potential formative experience. Man, that AoE, that is no good. Yeah, so I guess I'll have to rewatch Clone Wars then, if that's an issue. Yeah. Man, time is fleeting these days. Yeah, it is a bummer. I do sort of wish that I had done that, but played those games, that is. You know, I didn't, for the longest time though, I didn't really have good computers. I was just like a poor-ass college student. And I guess like in med school, I was able to spring for a decent laptop, but I don't know that I could have ever run them like appropriately. Jedi Outcast is a banger and still a classic? Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that for sure. There you go, Absolution, guys. Yeah, get some. Are they actually killing anything? I can't really tell. Ooh, a shield. How about that? Take a shield. Yeah, exactly. Like all the laptops I had were like school provided, you know. Like they gave you a choice of like 3 different laptops, all of which were ludicrously overcosted. And none of them, you know, they kind of like topped out at mid-range basically. Like for, you know, for your convenience, we've loaded $50 worth of software and added $700 to the price of the computer. Oh, great. Thank you so much, school. It's okay, we'll just add it to your tuition, which you pay 9% interest on. Oh, how nice of you. The ThinkPads, yeah, I was a ThinkPad actually in college. the ThinkPad with the little like trackpad thing. And like, I don't know about you, but I always like would catch my fingers on it like moving over the keyboard, and it'd be like in the way, you know. Fire damage spells, cast speed, that seems way better than what I have right now, so here y'all go. Get the fuck over there, and I want this. Medium life flask? Oh, okay. I retired that already. Excellent. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do at all. Okay. Alright. Yeah, I spent a lot of time in college playing MapleStory, actually. If you guys ever seen or remember that game. A lot of the guys that I played Diablo 2 with, I was in a like pretty active, like, small forum. And a lot of those guys played MapleStory when it was actually like a true, like, grindy, you know, Korean game before it got like ludicrously pay to win. That was actually a lot of fun, because I had a bunch of people to play with all the time, and, you know, they hadn't gotten, like, ridiculously, like, irreparably hacked to death. And when that started happening, I quit. That was in, probably my second year of med school, I think. And just, like, you know, it seemed like every, like, month or so, there'd be a giant hack, and, like, it'd just completely destabilize the economy. And one of the funnest things to me about that game, actually, was, like, playing the economy. And I made myself, like, I actually made a couple $100, like, selling items on eBay. Like, they had, there's, like, a power-up for all of the guys called an apple. They were onyx apples, I believe, that were, like, basically universally desirable. Like, everybody used them to go fight bosses and stuff. So I basically just, like, you know, buy hundreds of those, buy tons of them, and I would sell enough to, like, make back my investment, and then I'd like actually like sell them in game to make back my gold, and then actually would sell the rest of them. Was Smash Melee out at that point? Yes, it was. When did Smash Brothers Melee come out? I think I was in high school still. Let's see. Let me see. I do not remember when that came out. (2001) Yeah, I was in high school. Yeah, I thought so. That was my junior year? Junior or sophomore, depending on when it came out. I didn't like Melee as much as the original, to be honest. Obviously, the rest of the world disagrees with me, because I think Melee's like the standard, right? That's kind of like the standard by which all similar games are judged, and it's still like a popular tournament game to this day, as I gather. Alright, so Absolution is pretty awesome for leveling. I am very much enjoying this. But that's not to say that I did not enjoy Melee. It just wasn't... I preferred the original. Like, I think it was the environments that really got me. I didn't like the fact that the environment does a lot of like more crazy shit to you in Melee. But still, you know, clearly a classic, awesome game. And I think part of my dislike for it was that I just really sort of hated the GameCube in general. I thought that was a really stupid concept for a game system. Like, because at that point their main competition was the PlayStation. Like, PlayStation was really going full force, and I think PlayStation 2 was out by then, right? And so it seemed like, I guess I think I didn't understand that Nintendo was like just veering away from trying to compete, and they were like, we're gonna like hold the, you know, sort of chintzy kid niche here. Wait a second. Okay, I am going the right way. After the 64, Nintendo fell off. Yeah, I agree with that. But yeah, I didn't understand that they were kind of like going for the gimmick line, you know? They're like, hey, we have this little cube and it's got a tiny CD that plays a game. I was like, that's fucking dumb, because your competitor is PlayStation 2 and they're just like making way better games. But yeah, I agree that Nintendo as a whole fell off after that. Super Nintendo was fucking godlike, man. N64, similar. Kill Creighton. Kill that bitch. Yeah, I spent, you want to talk about games that I've spent a lot of time on. Jesus Christ, I spent so much time playing Super Nintendo games. Like Final Fantasy 3/6, depending on how correct you want to be. That game, that owned my soul for years. I would still absolutely rate it as one of the best games ever, but yeah, Super Nintendo was great. Like the original Mario Kart, tons of fun. I think Mario Kart 64 is actually better though. And back to town I go. Yeah, Mario Kart 64 is great. Dude, classic gaming. You guys got me talking about classic gaming. Holy shit. That's, that is my jam. That is my jam. I love those games. So I still have no boots, because I don't have any dexterity. That's fun. Never a Mario Kart fan? Really? See, I never, like, I'm not a huge racing game fan, but I feel like Mario Kart was so accessible that, like, I got into it. And, you know, it didn't hurt that all my friends liked it too, so. Yeah, Mario Party was cool. Yeah, if your friends don't play it, then it's, you know, it's kind of fucked, right? Like, there goes the motivation. Because that's definitely a group sort of game. GoldenEye, man. I got good enough at GoldenEye that I really couldn't play with anybody but my friends. Because, like, I'd go to a party and just, like, clean the floor with people. Like, I'd play on their settings, like, whatever the hell they wanted, and I'd just win. Like, insta-win. That was another game we basically wasted our lives playing. The Kirby game where you sucked up enemies, gained their powers. You know, I didn't, actually. The only Kirby game I ever played was for, like, the original Game Boy. Believe it or not. I think that's true. Let me... Yeah, I don't think I ever played any other Kirby games. But yes, that is every Kirby game ever, pretty much. Oh, this is where I get into the Sanctum, right? I don't really give a shit about that. I didn't like Sanctum. Conker's Bad Day. I never played Conker's. Yeah, if we're talking PlayStation, I didn't really do... I pretty much only did, like, RPGs. Like, Final Fantasy. I played all the different Final Fantasies, like Tactics and Final Fantasy 7 through 11? Is that how far PlayStation went? Yeah, let's see. I did play Twisted Metal. I really enjoyed Twisted Metal. I'm trying to think of other, like, PlayStation games that I played that were not role-playing. Yeah, I played Twisted Metal a lot, actually. Oh, there was this old game called Bushido Blade that was actually a lot of fun. It's a very simple fighting game, but, like, the simplicity was what made it entertaining. Because, like, each match was, you know, 30 seconds long. And, like, a hit was fatal, basically. But you could, like, maim people, so if they, like, partially blocked your hit or something, you, like, tagged their arm. They, like, couldn't use their arm, their hits were way weaker, and, like, couldn't block you and stuff. That was actually a really fun game. Here. And, you know, like many sort of half-assed early games, there were some characters that were just, like, broken as fuck. But it was very fun. Oh, Square? I didn't even know that it was a Square game. Huh. Here, let's watch this. Whoop, that's loud. This game was tons of fun, dude. Stellar graphics, as you can tell. Boomer graphics, exactly. Yeah, so everybody could choose between the same set of weapons, but, like, I think each of them had, like, maybe 2 that they were good with, or, like, had special moves with. Yeah, so he got his leg slashed, right? So he can't walk around now. Oh, bitch hacked him apart. That's rough. Yeah, you get the point. But dude, that was so fun to play, like, with another person. Like, I definitely remember many nights just getting freaking hammered and playing that game for hours. Yeah, super short fights, right? Like, it's really quick and you just get it out of your system. Let's see. Convocation has increased cooldown. Oh, I need Convocation. Damn it. Excuse me. 20% increased effective offerings. That seems pretty good. Minions penetrate 8% of cursed enemies' elemental resistances. I guess I don't really need that yet, do I? Don't really need any of these yet. Jet Force Gemini? I did not. What is that? Link skills are a joke. Recover 5%. Yeah. Dude, I know so little about minions. This is kind of a joke. Like, I know so little about what I'm doing. So I do know that this guy deals damage based on his base life. The Radiant, what is it, Sentinel of Radiance? Yeah, it deals damage based on his base life. So maybe I should pick up the 30% max life? Yeah? I want everybody to recover life fast though, so I don't know that that's advantageous so much. Yeah, whatever. Take that. You know what? No, I'm not. I'm gonna get all my utility stuff first. Alright, Trial of Ascendancy in this area. It's a first-person shooter where you go around shooting ants. It sounds amazing. What that reminded me of was Pikmin, actually, which was actually a pretty fun game for GameCube? Yeah, it's for GameCube. Pretty fun, good-looking game. Got a jet? Hey, take it easy, man. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. Have a good night. Enjoy your first day, dude. Have a good one. Let me know how it goes. Jet Force Gemini definitely does not sound like a game where you would shoot ants. It sounds like some sort of like special ops thing. Was that one of the games that was sort of made in the wake of Doom being ridiculously successful? Like, I remember there just being this giant wave of first-person shooters where just like everybody freaking made an FPS game. Like zero substance. It's just like, yeah, let's go. Serious Sam is one that comes to mind. It's just put a bunch of shit in the game and let's go shoot it. Perfect. No problem. That was probably like late 90s, early 2000s that I'm thinking of. I think everybody was jumping into the genre. Oh my god, this is so far away. Let's go. Solve this trial. It shall be solved. Oh my god. Ouch. Ow! Damn. Okay, get my holy relic back. Ouch. Just like walking around all these spitting spiked things. No big deal. Oh, I should have killed them through the door. What am I doing? Chromes. Okay. Chromatic orb. Lovely. Let's see, what other games? I'm trying to think of some, like, weird games. I played all the classics. You know, like I said, all the Final Fantasy series, Mario stuff. I'm trying to think of, like, other games that were, like, prominent for me that maybe people haven't played. Oh, there's an old, Sega game. It was like a side-scrolling shooter, called Biohazard Battle, where you were like a weird mutant alien ship, and just like, you know, it was I've forgotten what the, you know, that style of game is called, but basically you just had a, you know, your ship's there and you shoot stuff constantly, and just try not to get hit by all the, like, random flak that enemies throw at you. That was a fun game too. That was for the Sega Genesis. Definitely enjoyed that. Portal Scroll. Dang, Absolution was a good idea. I'm liking this skill very much. Okay, so did the trial. Lovely. Sapphire Flask. Oh, that's why those guys were chunking me so hard. Rocking a Shrine. Well, two can play that game. Alright, Joffrey. Give me that hand. Continue to be abashed. Grand Life Flask, Gold Amulet, Milk Coat. I will take all those things. Poacher's Mark, okay. Yeah, whatever. I'm getting out of here. Okay, so let's see what that does. Oh, wait, well, I only need a red socket anyway, right? Okay, well, I finally have boots. No, I don't. I don't even have 18 dexterity. What the fuck? Okay. +1 to all attributes. Big rolls, baby. Big rolls. Shit. Okay. Oh, I have another ringmail coat. Okay. Which one is better? 1.4 life per second. Reflect. Oh, that's actually quite a lot better. Alright. Bruce. What you got? Sell items. That's what I want to get rid of, right? Yeah. That can go away. That can also go away. Doot, doot. Doot, doot. Accept. I guess I ought to be talking to these people because I have, like, quests and shit to do. Imagine that. Take that. Ah! Man, I am going super slow through this, but that's okay. Oh, give me my relic back. Oh, there. It was already there. Never mind. Never mind. Oh, those are my guys. I was trying to absolution my absolutions. Okay, so I definitely need Convocation to, like, bring them to where I am. intentions of godhood. One of these days I need to go back and listen to all the lore for this. Because I did that, man, years ago now. Like when I first came back to the game. Like, God, when was that? It's probably 4 years ago? Like, I paid attention to all the lore, but I haven't done it since. So, like, every time I run by, you know, all these, like, little carvings and statues and, you know, everybody has these sayings that they go through, I'm kind of like, yeah, I vaguely remember what that's about. Yeah, definitely need to re-up on that, because the lore for this game is super cool. It's twisted as hell, especially the stuff that happens with, like, the Vol. Like, basically, the Vol just did a whole bunch of, like, ridiculous experiments on people, like, killed millions of people, I think, if I remember right. Like, just sacrificed them. And the Vol, for, if you're, you know, not familiar with the game, are sort of like, you know, Mesoamerican themed, like, you know, Inca, Aztec sort of flavor to them. Oh, shit. I thought I killed that. Strongbox. Sell that for chrome. Cool. Oh. Yeah, I can't. So the the people who were racing would have been. They've killed Katava in Act 5 and had 30 minutes left over at this point. Crazy shit. That is so fast. Hey. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so this is... Absolution is a lot smoother than I thought it would be. This is like... I feel like the spell itself is way better than the Purifying Flame that I was using. Like, even if it didn't have these dudes down here, like, blasting shit, it would still be better than what I was using previously. But since I do have those dudes blasting shit, it's, feeling pretty good. The slowness is, all me. In case that wasn't obvious. Yep. There we go. I found the way. I don't know any of the layouts of these levels. I've never bothered to, like, figure this out at all. Even though most of them have, like, very set, you know, like, maybe 2 or 3 layouts. Some of them have a shitload, some have tons of layouts, but most of them are fairly set. And I just don't know. Vol Orb, yay! Give me that. Oh, there's the crazy spike man. Fidelitas, the morning. Oh, you know what I need to do? That. There we go. Ooh, heavy belt. Maybe I could have something other than a plain chain belt. Whoop. Okay, give me that. Let's go free Helena. Get her back to town. Meet Helena in town. I will. Thank you. Alright, Helena, what's up? You did? Cool. No. Roost, give me cool stuff. What do I want from you? Arcane Cloak? Oh, so tough. What do I want here? Wave of Conviction sounds like maybe a good option. But then again, I am investing into minions, so maybe that's what I want. Yeah, we'll get Herald Fury. Yeah. So I was just there, so now I'm going to the other side. Yeah, maybe the Purity minions will actually, like, kill shit. No. I want that to be blank. I want that to be this. There we go. That's what's up. Okay, Einar. Let's go fuck shit up, man. Alright, now I have a whole bunch of minions. That's cool. Will they do anything? I don't know. Probably not. Uh-oh. The alarm that I'm supposed to raid somebody, which I don't think I'll be doing. Oh, that's the beast. I really don't care to kill the beast. That takes a lot of time. I wonder if Herald of Purity is a good choice for this build. Because I don't think it applies to like the Absolution Sentinels. Man, I know so little about minions. I need to figure that out. I don't think it works. I think it's just for the like main spell. I'm just sort of using it right now because minions are good. It's gonna keep me from getting blown up quite as much. Bane Mar. Whoa, those bitches just like fucking meteor striked on me. Hey Cheezel, what's up, man? How are you? Long time no see. I'm actually streaming twice in a row when I'm supposed to be. Imagine that. That shit never happens. Oh, I didn't get the waypoint. Boo. Where's the waypoint? That's gonna cost me a lot of time later, so. How's your night been, man? Or weekend, I guess. I always forget that, like, people actually have weekends. That concept is, very much lost on me these days. I mean, we really don't, like, we don't work that many weekends, but... Your fridge died? Ooh, bummer. That sucks. So we were told, like, we had some issues with our fridge, like, on a couple occasions, actually. And so we were like, you know, maybe we ought to just say screw it and get a new fridge. Lots of people told us that fridges now are like deliberately very low quality, so you have to keep replacing them. So it's like a racket, basically, that, you know, all of the refrigerator makers have agreed that they're just gonna make shitty products. I think that's not true if you have like nice, like really nice stuff though. But you know, if you get anything that's like, you know, under $2,000, like you're probably getting a much like planned obsolescence fridge. But that's a pain in the ass, dude, because then you gotta move all your stuff out. Like, we had a power outage here after a big storm. What, probably, I don't know, 3 weeks ago? When we had to quickly find a place to put all our stuff, and, like, my wife's breast milk was stored, so, like, we gotta, you know, had to keep that, because that can't go bad. Early version of the fridge store, okay. So probably hadn't exactly worked out all the kinks, huh? But yeah, we had a couple people say our fridge is like a good quality model. They're like, yeah, just keep fixing it. As long as you can get parts for it, just fix it. It's like, okay. Guess I'll keep pouring a couple $100s at a time into this old-ass fridge. Great. Exactly what I had in mind. That shit's so expensive, dude. So what did you go with? What'd you get? What's your new baby? I like that stuff. I like really high-end like kitchen furnishings and stuff, so I'm hoping you got something like super sick. I want to live vicariously through you. It was not repairable, yeah. Yeah, I feel like some of that stuff, like if your compressor goes out, it's like literally more expensive to repair the compressor or get a new one than it is to buy a new fridge. KitchenAid, nice. Yeah, I'm very, like, one of my friends had had his own built, actually. He's one of my partners. And they have, like, I think they have Viking. Everything in their house is Viking. Like, stove, fridge. They have this big fucking fridge, man. Really, really nice fridge. Yeah, all their kitchen equipment is, like, super top end. Turns me on a little bit, not gonna lie. I'm okay with it. I've embraced that about myself. It feels good to get something, like, new and nice, though. I guess maybe not if you don't care. If you just really don't care and you're like, I just need a fucking fridge. I don't care if it's nice or not, as long as it works and it's, like, kind of reliable, fine. Ah, there's a Lyra. Nice. Nice. Lyra, I'm gonna kill you. Sorry. Kill that bitch. Where is she? I have no idea where she went. There she is. Most of your stuff is Thermidor that came with the house. The one that's made is no longer, yeah. One that died is no longer made. Yeah, so we had our, we had a thermocouple on our oven go out. And it's a weird brand. It's Bertazzoni, which is like a really nice, like, Italian brand. And it is very difficult to find anyone to even work on it, let alone find, like, parts for it. And so, like, we called this one oven repair company, and this dude came out and, like, definitely did not give me very much confidence that he knew what he was talking about. So I started calling around to kind of like the specialty kitchen stores, you know, trying to figure out if they had a better person or knew, you know, somebody who, like, you know, sort of had a bead on those things. And so I looked up the part that we needed, because there's like 2 different thermocouples that you can get for this oven. And so I just ordered both of them. Like, after Googling and, like, finding a parts list, I just ordered both of the thermocouples. Then the guy, like, we found a guy, you know, it took him, like, 2 weeks to get out. So the thermocouple being broken basically means your oven won't turn on, in case that wasn't clear. Like, it'll fire, like, because we have a gas oven, so it'll, like, the spark will fire and stuff, but it won't, like, and it'll ignite, but the gas won't keep flowing. The thermocouple is what keeps it flowing. And so like our oven wouldn't work, and so that sort of sucked. That, you know, this like specialty dude who like that's like his thing is he repairs that brand of oven, like primarily, comes out and he's like, oh yeah, you got the right part. And like he was on the phone with somebody who was like, how did your customer get that part? Those are impossible to find. I was like, I don't know, dude. I just like Googled the parts list and like ordered it off Amazon. It's not that hard. But I was like, yeah, I guess I'll return the one that you didn't use. He's like, no, don't return that. Keep that. You might not ever be able to get another one. So like apparently this type of oven is very, very difficult to find parts for, generally speaking, even though Amazon has them. But he was like, this is super easy to repair. Like, it's the way that they build them. You know, you can just like pull the front off of it basically, and like everything's exposed. He was there for, I don't know, half an hour fixing it. Definitely was not a big deal. Wait, did I get sucked into a place that I don't need to be? I think I did. Fuck. Oh no, this is a Weaver's lair. Yeah. I do need to be here. The new Thermidor is 6K. Yikes. Yeah. Yeah, but at that price point, you'd be getting a really nice product. Sucks to spend $6 grand on a fridge, though, at the drop of a hat. All that shit's so frustrating, man. Like, I very much enjoy having the money to, like, throw at expenses like that. You know, and it doesn't just, like, ruin my freaking life. We don't have to, like, put it on credit cards and stuff. But damn, it sucks to just be like, oh, I have this expense that we need to take care of, and it's $5,000. Like, I don't have an option. Cool. That is the shittiest feeling. She advocated to wait. Oh, you had to wait on back order? Oh, God. Yeah, you can't do that with a fridge. No way. Yeah, that's not an option. I mean, what would you do in the meantime? Would you just get, like, a deep freeze and put it in your basement or something and throw all your shit in there? I don't know. But that wouldn't work because then everything would be frozen. Hey. I'm glad you figured it out. Let's see here. Why can I not level up any of my shit? I don't meet the requirements. What are the requirements? Level 23 or 24? Wow, okay. That's very odd. The spear, yes. Cruelty, melee fizz. Let's see. Of these, which am I more likely to use? Probably Conk Effect, I guess. KitchenAid is owned by Whirlpool? I did not know that. I knew KitchenAid was a good brand, though. Like, they make awesome, like, smaller appliances. They're like mixers and, what do you call it? Toaster ovens, stuff like that. KitchenAid's a really good brand for that. See, this is the chef in me coming out. Chef nerd. I really enjoy cooking a lot. I don't get to do it quite as much as I used to. Ever since having kids, because usually, like, my wife's just on top of it, frankly. Like, you know, throws shit in the crock pot. She's a really good cook, too. But, you know, she's got something ready to go. And I am not one to complain about a delicious cooked meal, so that is that. Let's see. Do I have any room to put those on? Of course not. Perfect. Huge nerd for cooking. What do you like cooking? What's your favorite style of food to cook? I'll go first. Mine is Italian. I grew up in a, like, you know, I am Italian, and like learned how to cook it pretty early on. Close second would be Southern though. Close second, like home, you know, soul food. That's a very close second. Been in stir fry. Okay. That's actually something that I've never really been good at. I feel like I am too heavy on the fry. I like dry out stuff, and the vegetables like don't come out like quite as like crispy as I want, you know? Or what's the right word? Shit. Language is hard. But like I get them soggy, you know, I kind of like cook the water out of them and it sucks. The wetlands. Is this where I need to be? Yes. Yeah, I would like to get better at that, actually. It's interesting that you mentioned it. One thing that I just cannot get right is Thai food. I've tried to make curry so many freaking times, and like, most of the time it is merely okay. I think maybe like twice I came up with something that I would call good, but still not anywhere near as good as like what you could get at a restaurant. Like, not even like remotely comparable. So I need to work on that. That's one thing that I would definitely like to fix, because that's like, Thai food is actually kind of like, I mean, if you're good at it, it's kind of like low effort, it seems like. It's kind of crockpotish. Make a mean seafood gumbo. Ooh, yeah. Oh yeah, I do like smoking meat too. Definitely like smoking meat a lot. My wife got me a smoker for my birthday like 8 years ago, and that's like probably the best gift I've ever gotten. I enjoy the shit out of that thing. What is this? X. Oh, there's Oak. Hey, what's up, Oak? Yeah, I haven't done much smoking for the past 2 years, thanks to baby issues. But I'm hoping very much to revive that next summer. We just don't have the bandwidth for that right at the moment. But yeah, I play with like temperatures and wood, and you know, I'll switch stuff up, do a bunch of different types of meat and whatever. I'm in a technically a barbecue contest next Saturday. I do not treat it as such. Some people are very serious about it, but I think the vast majority of people, it's a very beer and pretzels sort of welcome back, you know, first week of school thing. You like smoking in cold weather? I like it when it's cooler, yeah. I don't know about cold. I do smoke our Thanksgiving turkey most years. But yeah, I prefer it when it's like 40 to 50. Like, cause I have a Weber Smoky Mountain. It holds its temp really well. So I prefer it when it's a little cooler, just cause it's nice. You know, it's nicer out, and it's a little bit easier to like stoke the smoker and keep it a little bit cooler. Cause I definitely like the low and slow way of getting smoke into meat, because it's, so I've read a lot of places that it, like in like food science, you know, what do you call it, molecular gastronomy, like in a bunch of molecular gastronomy books, where it says like basically once you start exceeding a certain temperature, and I can't remember what that is, you're like closing the meat to smoke, basically. So like the lower you can keep the temperature, the better off you are. Because like the muscle starts like clamping down or something, and you're getting rid of the water at a higher pace. so it doesn't absorb all of those delicious toxins and carcinogens as much as it may otherwise. But anyway, where I was going with that is I believe I'm going to smoke some jerk-style pork loins next week, which to me sounds like it will turn out absolutely amazing, but we will see. I've never done it before. And I think like the dude that's running our team is kind of hardcore, and he has won this competition on multiple occasions. And I mean, granted, the competition, you know, the people you're competing against are just other like dads at the school, you know, so it's not like these people are, you know, super pro. Some of them think they are, but you know, this guy, like, he wants to win, and he is a really good cook. He actually is responsible for one of the best things that I've ever eaten, which was a smoked peach, God, I don't even know what you call it, but it was like a pie, like a little pie, and he had smoked peaches, reduced bourbon, and vanilla ice, like, and topped it with vanilla ice cream. It was like a small peach cobbler, I guess. And he actually cooked the pie on the grill, so it had this like little bit of sort of like a wood fire taste to it, and like the peaches were very lightly smoked and kind of like caramelized a little bit, you know. Oh man, it was so good. It was so good. But yeah, he's gonna be kind of serious about it, and I'm just gonna show up to like have a couple beers and, you know, fire up my smoker and talk to people, shoot the shit. There's one of the parents, or two of the parents actually, that go to the school, are executives at the distributor, like the Midwest regional distributor for Coors. So they always have a beer truck there where you just go, and every Coors product is just like loaded into it, and there's like kegs, you know, in the truck of just like Coors and Coors Light and, you know, whatever else, whatever they feel like bringing a keg of. It doesn't matter, it's all free to them basically. And they have like on that cart there's actually like 4 televisions, and so they just play a bunch of college football on it. It's a good time. I need a beer truck. Hell yeah, don't we all? Don't we all need a beer truck? Sounds freaking amazing. Beer truck with TVs on it, no less. But yeah, it's definitely like there are a couple people who are like who try to be hard about it, you know, but it's a really very relaxed event. It's a lot of fun. The first year I did it, I was really surprised because like I did a brisket, and I was like emailing the dude who organizes it, and I was like, hey man, like, cause it's, I think they like let you on the field at 10 or something, cause it's on like this, you know, field next to the school. They let you on the field at like 10 a.m. and then, you know, the judge or the like dinner is at 7. And so I was like, you know, I'm doing a brisket, like, is there any chance I could, like, you know, have somebody unlock the gate so I can just get on there and, like, start it smoking, right? And he was like, oh, well, that's not fair to the other people competing. I was like, huh? What do you mean? It's like, this is a competition? What the hell are you talking about? I don't understand. But yeah, so the first year I got to figure out how to smoke a brisket in 8 hours. That was fun. And it was like, I had bought a huge brisket too. I think it was like an 18-pound brisket or something. It was like freaking gigantic. And so I was like, okay, this might be weird. But it actually turned out pretty well. It definitely was not quite as polished as I normally would have expected, but you know, I rushed it and I cooked it at a pretty high temperature, and I wrapped it for longer than I would have, so I pretty much like, you know, halfway braised it for a lot of the cooking process, which is fine, you know, whatever. I had to kind of beg, borrow, and steal to get that one accomplished, but I knew better the next time. I did a pork belly and I started way earlier, And like this time I think I'm gonna start even earlier, so I have like time to really rest the meat, you know? Like let it sit around for like an hour, hour and a half. Because last time I finished like just in time. And I think the meat had been resting for like I did a pork belly last time in a adobo style. Made a like super garlicky chimichurri for it. It was freaking awesome. I was really happy with how it turned out. Yeah, that smoker is a prized possession of mine for sure. Yeah, still like getting in the kitchen and mixing it up with some, you know, grandma's recipes. Because like my dad's side of the family they're the Italians, and then my mom's side of the family is like from the deep south. So I kind of have both of those backgrounds going on. I used to make a mean fried chicken and a really, really good eggplant parm, but I haven't done either of those things in a long time because they're both extremely labor intensive to do correctly. Let's see. Okay, I guess yeah. Where in the south are they from? Let's see. So my maternal grandmother is from like a tiny farm like just across the Oklahoma border from Fort Smith, Arkansas, and my grandpa is from Little Rock, Arkansas. And I think they met in church, as I recall. Neither of them was religious, but they met in church. But yeah, that's, oddly enough, that's probably what got me a second look at Arkansas for med school. Because I wrote a letter. They ask everybody from out of state to, like, write a letter about, like, why you're connected with Arkansas. Because obviously they want people who have a higher chance of staying there, you know? So I wrote about that. And I think they were like, you know, that seems legit. He lives in Missouri. But yeah, so one from very rural Oklahoma, one from his family was originally from rural Arkansas, but when he was little, I think my grandpa's dad moved to Little Rock and was a pastor there at a Baptist church. But yeah, my grandma was an amazing cook, dude. She was actually a pretty remarkable woman. Because, like, she didn't finish grade school. I think she had, like, a 6th grade education. But, dude, she read voraciously, like, listened to the, you know, like, super smart person. All self-educated. It's kind of a shame she didn't really, like, she started getting demented and kind of, you know, going downhill before the internet was, like, really, you know, becoming a force. Like, I think, so she died when I was in residency. But yeah, she never like really caught on to the whole computer thing, which is unfortunate because she would have loved it. You know, Arkansas is very underrated and misunderstood in parts. So I will say this, everything like southern Arkansas is like probably worse than the worst stereotype you can think of. It is terrible. Like burnout, shithole small towns everywhere. You know, there's just like poverty and like broken down farms as far as the eye can see. Northern Arkansas, where the Ozarks are, is beautiful. It's super nice. There's a lot of really fun stuff to do there if you like outdoorsy kind of stuff. But there's also a fair amount of like, you know, bed and breakfasts and cool stuff like that to take advantage of. And one really cool place that most people don't know about is Bentonville, Arkansas. which is like the birthplace of Walmart. They have, if it's not the biggest, it's one of the biggest American history art museums in the country, called Crystal Bridges, and it's built all with Walton money. You know, the Waltons just like own that town, and they mandate that everybody who sells stuff at Walmart has like some sort of like executive presence there. So like every company that sells things at Walmart has like a, you know, at least a regional headquarters in that area. So like around Bentonville. So there's a ton of growth there. There's a lot of stuff to do. Crystal Bridges is absolutely mind-blowing. Like I really am kind of like an art history fan. Like I don't you know, get involved in that very often. I don't like go to museums frequently, but when I do, I really enjoy it. Crystal Bridges is an absolutely amazing building. The landscaping is freaking mind-blowing. It's worth going to Northwest Arkansas for. Like, honestly, if you have like a weekend trip, there's an airport there. Just like, you know, go book yourself a nice Airbnb and just go there for like 3 days. You know, you probably run out of stuff to do fairly fast because it is pretty isolated and it's a very outdoorsy kind of thing. Go on an interesting hike, go to Crystal Bridges for a day, spend a day there. There's good food, very good food there. And for us, it's like a 3-hour drive. So, you know, very doable weekend trip. Super cool place. Highly recommend it. Yeah, Crystal Bridges is mind-blowing. Like, if you've ever, you know, if you read an American history book, there's all these, you know, like, famous paintings and, you know, sculptures and stuff, but, like, most of that is at Crystal Bridges. It's kind of nuts. But even if that's, like, not your jam, you can just go and, like, have a meal. There's really good food there. The scenery is beautiful. We went in December, and it was still kind of, like, fall-ish there. So we, you know, the whole area is just in this kind of, like, half deciduous, half pine forest. Like, really, really cool place. Like, I'm sort of gushing about it because it's not something that I expected at all. Like, I'd heard that it was kind of cool. I was like, yeah, whatever. It's Northwest Arkansas, but no, man, it's really nice. Jeez, I really need some freaking stat points. 15 dexterity. Yikes. Okay, Aramir, please give me some. Wait, what? Oh, he already gave me the Apex. Okay, got it. Let's go. Yeah, there's a really cool buffalo, or really cool river called the Buffalo that lots of people float. It's very, very popular because it's super scenic. It's pretty slow. You know, it's like, it's easy for idiots like me to, you know, rent a canoe and shove off and like drink beer all day and float down a beautiful river, which is exactly what I did my senior year senior year of med school. Yeah, so like I said, lots of outdoorsy stuff. There's a place called Harrison, Arkansas, which unfortunately is the birthplace of the KKK, but a lot of my wife's family is from there. And so when her grandparents died, that's where they were buried. And there's this really cool old, like, renovated, like, Art Deco hotel. And we stayed there. It's, you know, it's not, like, anything super special, but it's just kind of, like, chintzy and fun. And there's, like, there's a restaurant in the hotel. It's, like, good food. And the town itself is small and it's pretty. It's, like, a mountain town. So it's kind of a good place to just, like, disconnect, you know? Because it is very remote. It's tough to get to. Like, Harrison in particular is, like, north central Arkansas, so you'd have to drive, even if you, like, flew into Little Rock or flew to the Northwest Arkansas airport, you'd be driving probably 3 hours, two plus anyway. Just because you're winding through the Ozarks the whole way, so that's not ideal. Where the fuck am I going? Oh, this piece of shit up here is resurrecting everybody. What a jerk. Ah, dead end, really? Yeah, it's amazing what the Waldens have done with all their money. They're just like, yeah, you know, we're gonna make Northwest Arkansas wealthy. We are so rich, we will make a portion of a state rich as well. Okay. Cool. Hey, you want to see all this cool shit? You're coming to Northwest Arkansas. Yep, that's what I want. God dang, I'm so bad at finding the right routes. So bad. Oh well. Oh, there it is. Yay! Oh, I guess I had to pick that up. I forget that this is still, like, the beginning of the game, of the season, and I don't have, like, thousands of scrolls stacked up just yet. Oh, that's where I want to be. Right down there. Ascend the ancient pyramid. I'd love to. I wish the Link skills for, well, for everybody, but in particular for the Guardian were still usable. Like, that'd be so nice, but the fact that they kill you when your Link dies is real shitty. Just like a total non-starter. I don't know why they thought that was a good idea. New recipe unlocked. That's fantastic. Alright, brah. Let's go. Do I have my Absolution Sentinels? No, I don't. There we go. Wow, it's a lot of beefy minions running around. There he is. Ooh. He's just gonna slam my peoples. Ow! I tried to teleport out of that. It did not work. Ouch. Not gonna get me this time. I'm standing back. There we go. Leatherhead. Okay. Let me out. Let me out. There we go. Sod. Yeah, Absolution Sentinels. Kill shit. Kill it all. Cat's Paw. Don't need that. Hey, there's Clarissa. She's gonna take 15 years to stand up. It's really funny to watch the racers at this part where they're just like, oh god, it takes her so long to stand up and I have to listen to her. Oh, how did I come back up here to kill those things? I don't care. I want to be here. Alright. I'm calling it a night. I gotta work tomorrow. I can play this all night long. Thank you for joining me, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I will be back Wednesday. Yep. More of this. More Path of Exile. We are doing it. So, yeah. I'm Milkman L. I appreciate you joining me. That was a ton of fun. I will figure out something medical to talk about Wednesday. If you got any ideas, let me know. Join Discord. The link to do so is right here. So come see me. Come say hey. Hope you guys have fun playing Path of Exile. I will see you Wednesday. Have a great week, everybody.